So I listened to it once more, and I think we might put an end to this. We'll see. Because I'm cooking dinner tonight. I might come back afterwards. We'll see. So I listened to it once more, and I think we might put an end to this. We'll see. Because I'm cooking dinner tonight. I might come back afterwards. We'll see. So I listened to it once more, and I think we might put an end to this. We'll see. Because I'm cooking dinner tonight. I might come back afterwards. We'll see. Alright, folks. Yeah, can you hear me? I don't know what's going on. I think my drivers were acting up there. You can hear me. Is it okay? Is the sound okay? Like, that's more important. But other than that, let me get a hat as well. Otherwise, you'll get those my shiny lights over my dome. Okay, let me set up. So I haven't set up yet. I haven't tuned. I haven't done anything. And apologies for the crackling. I don't know what went on there. Let me get this mic over here. So tonight, Leo, you're here. Adrian, how are you doing? And whoever else is in the chat, thank you very much. So we'll continue working on that tune that I was working on last night. Let me. You can relate to the glare hair. Yeah, it's pretty much the only reason I wear a hat. It's not to hide anything. It's actually that because of the light on the videos, you'd have just a giant glare. That's actually why. Also, I wear a hat normally, but not all the time. Let me set up here. So, Adrian, I can't remember if you were here last night or Leo. Yeah, you were. I finished. So we did this this week tune. Let me switch to here. I'd recorded this tune and I did spend some minimal, but a little bit of time tidying it up, and I think it ended up being somewhat okay. So maybe we'll add a jig to it. So I thought we'd play another jig afterwards, but maybe have like a set of just 3 jigs, as is traditional. Now the question is what? And I think I did play something yesterday, didn't I? Something like that. I think that's what I actually, when I was just practicing that tune, I think that came naturally after the second one, and then something minor for the third one. But I'll have to think about that one, because it's I don't have a lot of jigs in a minor key. So this one was in. So it was G first, and then the other one is in D, I think. Yeah. It's a D modal. Yeah, something like that. So maybe we should do it. On the banjo, maybe. Actually, let me record it on the flute first. I don't know if I leave it on the flute, we might just have a break of instruments. But at least I'll have a bass if I play it on the flute first. So. And let me bring this setup instead. That way you can see everything. Also for me, there you go. This mic is on. Yeah, I didn't forget real stream this time. It's all playing from the. It's playing from the master. Yes. Okay. Just let me check something here. How's everybody, by the way? Saturday good so far? I spent it. Thank you, Echo. I spent it just working on my asteroid monitor. I recapped the entire chassis, the high voltage board, and the deflection board. I actually checked all the transistors weren't shorted because they're tricky. There was a big high voltage diode that I had to clean, and I just had to make sure the contact was good. The anode cup was actually gone, so I had to make a new one using an old one from an old monitor that isn't the same. So, but it was tricky. Did all that, did everything. Went to plug it back in, and the fuses went, and I realized that I put the wrong fuse. Should have been slow blow 5 amps, and I put I noticed they were actually gone before, and I replaced them with a 3 volt fast blow, and it just went straight away. Just the fuses, no damage. But I spent the whole day. I was hoping I'd be able to play Asteroid at the end of the day. My monitor, the board is working. I played it on the oscilloscope, but yeah, and I don't have replacement fuses, so I had to order them from eBay. And it's gonna be a few days. Hopefully next weekend I'll be able to play Asteroid. We'll see. So that was my day. How was yours? Atagon, how are you doing? Gonna improve yesterday's song. I'm gonna add to it. I'm not sure if I'll improve it, but I'll add another tune afterwards. Yeah. So. Need a click track, or actually we'll use the Baron track. We'll just copy that here. Can we loop it? Is it all there? Yeah, it should be good. Loop it. Like that. Terrible Fire, how you doing? Again. So I was streaming the radio banjo as well today, so if you familiar heads from this afternoon. How you doing, dude? Am I getting on with that keyboard? What keyboard? The The piano one. Yeah, the Juno. Yeah, it's good. I like it. To be honest, what I had before was just a MIDI. Like there was no sound. Here, this one I like because I get actual sound, and there's also this for sound. But I just wanted a sort of a piano sound really. But this is all sort of cool stuff. I haven't really used it for anything yet, really, other than just practicing. Profit Rev 2, yeah, you know, all these things are pricey. I have this thing, the Juno 6 remake thing from Roland. They're actually good. Volume isn't super high in this, but they're a good alternative. They're actually cheap. They work. They actually work, which is, you know. So they're actually cool, and you can control this, like this detaches from the keyboard. The keyboard is separate, and you can control it with actually this guy. So it's you get by with your little cork for the most part. Yeah, I mean, especially with VSTs nowadays, you get a lot of stuff done, which is what I've been doing. Before I forget what I was gonna do. Actually, I don't like this. I think this we do this. Same, but it's actually not to have the tune, it's to have just a bass for actually playing the banjo. I don't know if you were here yesterday. This is what we recorded. I recorded last night. So I need a tune to follow that, and yeah. Be a lot of that. We'll cut the echo on the master because we don't need that right now. Actually, we don't need a lot of it. Keep the limiter. We don't need the EQ for now, or the compressor. Hey Fiona. Hey Fiona. Adrian sing. Hey Fiona. It's tight enough in it. And I'm slightly late. I could actually just do this, but then I'll do it. Yeah, and then it delays everything. I actually get it back right at the end of the or on this. We'll try it on the banjo. Can I play this on the banjo? It's my plectrum holder, this guy. When I started playing last night, I didn't actually tune the whistle properly, so it's slightly off. So I had to detune the bouzouki to play the accompaniment, and detune the other flute, and I have to slightly detune the banjo to match this. And I'll be the first one to say, don't spend the time tuning properly. I did for the covers, and somehow I forgot that last night. Swarm those fingers a bit. Even that. Just bear with me. like that. Would that work on its own? Just the banjo and the baron, and then maybe I even bring the low whistle, no accompaniment, just play twice, and then move on to a minor key jig. I just need to remember the tune now. It's not. I wasn't, when I was playing Irish music, I was actually playing the bouzouki or the flute. I just wasn't playing the banjo in sessions, so my banjo playing for those type of tunes isn't exactly up to standard compared to a lot of banjo players I know here. Let me practice for another round. Actually hear between the DAW and these two mics. Well, there's only one way to find out, is to actually record the thing, so let's do that. Wrong. Could do it better tuning as well. And peaking a little bit. Red light syndrome. God damn it. Still getting the wrong house. Just bear with me, bear with me. Why did I do that? Funny when you start thinking of what you're playing, that's when you start making mistakes. This is super loud as well. Let me know. Don't think about it. We'll do it this way, we'll do it this way. Recording starts with the sound. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Or is there like, do I hear the previous notes when I press the the recording? No, actually, that's something I used to get in Acid Pro. Maybe there's a way. I haven't looked into it yet. Still, that's just for the. Enable. Is that what you mean? Like while it's counting, does it actually play the track, the 4 bar that it's counting? Play track during, what's it called here? Counting on Ableton. It's handy because then you can just record thing with tempo. Counting before playback. You know, I'm gonna have to look into it afterwards. Right now it's easier to actually, that's what I did, create a new track and then you can just jump in from the old one. Just record the 2 banjo right and left and have them panned. See what happens if we do that. I'm late. with the flute. Am I in tune? Probably not. Do, 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 do. Solo is the last one. So we did this. I think the second time around of playing. Those two actually were okay. The beginning of each wasn't actually great. So what we'll do, we'll make one track out of two. Since we have two tracks, we're gonna cheat. Because by the time I record another track, you'll be sick. Could have a drone, a banjo drone, something like that. Here's something on the bouzouki. We could actually just EQ that banjo slightly as well, because it's not great. Although this two track is there. can I create another bus track and return track? And then we're gonna send this, and this goes to the master then. No! This is track B. It's time for a big old decaf or something. am I wrecking your ears that bad? Like that, something simple. This is out of tune. It is the piano doesn't. I was hoping to do some accordion chords, but I don't think it's going to sound okay if everything is slightly detuned like that. Maybe I could detune the accordion in post. I can do that as well. that. How does it sound with a little bit of juice? Are you doing to me? Am I sending it to the right? No, I'm sending it to F on. God. Next bouzouki. said bouzouki, not. That was terrible. And we're going to do the same thing. Left. And here, this is 11, 12. So 11 is going to go one way, 12 is going to go the other way. Liberties were taken. As all sort of sound. I'm actually tempted to add. Then I'll have to tighten it considerably after, but a third bouzouki. And just do something like that. Let's try it. Obviously, we need to tone that down. And let's just bring it up. Sure. That, or maybe some accordion bass. Some accordion bass is going to be funny to record though. How are you doing, folks? Have I blasted your ears already? Obviously not. There's still a few people in the chat. Let's keep going. Where's my bass? Don't need this. Something actually simple like that. How's my volume there? How hard is it? Clean this the dirty way. Yeah. No, we lose that. Highs. We need to do a lot of cleaning on the bouzouki. There's all these highs. Can I just do a quick dirty EQ on it? Media effects, no. EQ, come on. Plenty of highs on the bouzouki because of those double strings. It really creates that sort of a crystally sort of sound, so you can actually go quite heavy on the EQ, kind of ducking the highs on this. There's still tons left. minor afterwards. Is that transition okay? We do need that intro, don't we? Some more cheating and tune. We'll try something. I'm gonna blast your ears for 2 seconds and then we'll see if that works. Can we detune not a MIDI track, can we detune that poor accordion to match the tuning here? And I'm just gonna play a chord. I'm gonna play that C chord, that D chord. Could I today? Bear with me, folks. Where am I? That's all I'm gonna attempt for now. We'll see if we can detune it slightly and by how much, and then maybe I can add that afterwards. Oh. Pitch shifter. Do you know, that could work. That could work. 20 seem to be okay-ish. We can play afterwards. Let's see if that works. Actually, let's see if that actually records with the effect on, or just. Yeah, and record too. That's terrible. How are you doing? You're coming at the worst possible time because I have recorded pretty much everything slightly off standard tuning. My fault. So I have to readjust. Well, readjusting the whistles and the string instruments and the bass isn't a problem. I can just tune them to match the flute. It's more of a problem for the accordion. I can't change the tuning here. So I have to do it in post-processing. It makes recording much harder. Why is this... Does this disable? Starts with a G, but it's a key of D. But you could do a G sixth. You'd have that. No. Well, here it's a modal key, so instead of going to G, you go to the C, and you go back on the tonal. G, C, D, C. What is it? C, B, B minor, B flat. Sorry. And G is actually happens very little. Because of that modality in the key. But we'll get there. Just because it's out of tune, it's hard to just get your ear around it. Just bear with me. I'm gonna just do this. Bet you that if, because that's what I'm doing on the bouzouki. It's D D D all the way, little G resolution at the end. You go back to the D on the second part. I go C, B, or I put a B bass in there, or B flat bass on that C chord, or on that D chord, and then. It's not for here. I want to try this as well. Yeah, if you listen to this, for instance, the bouzouki, I'll show you afterwards. So I know it's a D tune, it should be D, G, and A, but because it's a modal key, it ends up being D, a resolution G, and then a shift between D and C. People get caught with that a lot in sessions, like they go for a full kind of those three chords, D, G, A, and it sounds off. Or they go into minor key to think it's a minor tune, but it's neither. It's actually just it's hanging somewhere in between major and minor. They're really cool tune. They sound really powerful because they have that sort of modal thing. They alternate between two modes. Is what that means. Just play a D on that. Sounds horrible when I record it. got work to do on this track. I'm not convinced, but if we did this. I can't see this working, to be honest. Actually, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? We're gonna. I'd like to do something. We'll put a chorus on this because chorus. Almost sounds like an organ now. Yeah, there's still a lot of hiding sound wise, but I think we can actually make space for all of these. I think the accordion. I mean, I don't think I'll get it to sound any more in tune than that. You see what I mean, Adi? It's 1 hour late. Yeah, it's probably it's half 12 for you. But you see what I mean with that that chord. So it's G. It's D. Ding, ding, ding. So here you go into the G. And here instead you go to a C because you actually have that sharp introduced into the key. So your D normally should be, but here it's, so you have that what is it, whatever it is, that sort of sharp that adds to the modal. So you go from D to a C chord. And into a G. Sound texture is neat with the accordion. Yeah, I like to play a lot with the accordion sound just to actually make it, because otherwise it seems to overlap a lot of those areas in the sound spectrum. So it's nice to sort of force it in little niches and corner. Adding stuff like a chorus will make it wider and actually come out a bit more, but it'll sound more like an organ, obviously. Or adding stuff like a flanger will actually, instead of make it sit sort of everywhere, will force it to kind of come out every now and then, because the flanger will actually just go to frequencies and come back, and it forces the accordion to come out of those little or into those little areas where there's no instrument really filling that gap. So you'll feel like you're hearing the accordion a lot more. It's just actually just the same. It's just the flanger is forcing it to peak every now and then in different areas of the spectrum. So yeah, I like using a flanger on the low notes, and probably a phaser or a chorus on the higher notes. Now the question is, does it sit with the other tune? It probably doesn't. It just after that. But I think that came out okay-ish. I thought the accordion would actually just be trickier to do, but I think the accordion came out okay. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I need to think of a next tune. I want something minor, or should I go into a real, completely different rhythm pattern, like doo, 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 I need to practice that one. G idea was a trap. It is a trap. But I know exactly what you mean. Normally, yeah, you'd have. Let's just say you're playing a. Let's just. Can I think of? If you're playing. Actually, let me just do this. So let's just say I record this. And it's not recording. I don't. No, actually, that's not going to work. Or is it? Let me kill this. So here, I think this is in G. So let's just say, for argument's sake, because this is going to be in G, but we'll just pretend it's in D and I'll transpose. So you'll play your D chord and you go into a G chord. And it's actually, I know you know that, it's more for everybody else. Actually, I know what we're talking about. D, so it's D, G, what's going on? So it'll be D, it'll be D, G, A, which is actually G, C, and D in this case. But something like that, and then you can substitute. the only time you could start with a G is if you play that sort of is it G? What is it? Oh. What's that in relation to? Yeah, it's seventh then. So instead of starting on the you can play those seventh or major seventh chords as a substitute. So you play the fourth major seventh. No. What am I doing? Oh no, that's if you are. So in this case, we're in this key V3. What have I done to myself? I'm not going to embarrass myself here, but yeah, if you're in key of D, so you'd play a D major or seventh major instead of a G7 major instead of a D as a substitution to start the key. So instead of playing, no, it's not it. Damn it! I can't think. It's easier with the keyboard. It's easier with a capo actually. If I was here in G, I'd play G. Yeah, that's the C major seventh, so it'll be a G major seventh instead of a D if you're playing in the key of D. And no, G seventh major if you're playing in the key of D. That's the only time you'd start the that thing with that progression with the G instead. But and again in the modal thing it doesn't work because here we're playing. And then you do go into G at the end, but when you start the tune or the measure, it's going to be either D or it's going to be a C anyway. You're still in that C. You could actually start with the B. work. It's kind of not traditional really, but it would actually work in creating a bit of tension. Anyway, folks, it's getting quite late here. It's been 2 hours. I think it sounds okay. Should we listen to that last section one last time, and then that's it. I'll think of a third tune, a third jig. I'll dig out whatever minor key, jig and minor key I have, and maybe I'll play it on the low whistle this time. It's a real though. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for listening. I'll try and edit all this and see if I can do a stream recap. Hopefully it wasn't too painful and too harsh. Banjo can be quite harsh, raw, unprocessed when especially when I'm playing and recording. But folks, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.